Hi everybody. We're just kind of getting started with the videos right now on YouTube, and this is just a quick video I wanted to make because yesterday or just earlier we made an impromptu video unboxing, and you know, my wife was a little bit camera shy in it, and it's okay. I mean, I've got like Asperger's, so I talk funny too, and you know, my wife feel like two peas in a pod a little bit. Maybe she does too. I don't know. But, and I try to like be sensitive about this when I say this. You know, as somebody that lived in China a long time, I don't know if you're like my long-term video watcher friends, and you saw me when my face was not so fat like it is right now, and when I was younger. And look, when I went to China, when I was in Hong Kong, I had a choice between Mongolia and China and mainland, and I chose in the Hong Kong airport China over Mongolia. And that's another story why and what happened next. And I never went to China with the pretense to find an Asian wife. And I don't really want to judge people that were in that situation or to pass any kind of judgment on that. And I didn't live in expat communities, and like, really, I mean, for me, I feel like I grew up in China, like from 25 to 44, and like I didn't go to Hong Kong. I mean, for me, it was just my home. And to paraphrase things, you know, when I saw foreigners come and go with dreams of splendor and whatever, like everybody's on their own path, you know, but like it's weird for me to say like I don't say like I was Chinese, but I wasn't like living in like Tianhe and like going to expat bars with all the foreigners and just being like that kind of guy. And like I was surprised when I went to Nanning and I got an introduction to what the online community, like this city, was at the time when I went there, probably like in 2002, about the whole enterprise system that was developed for the online dating business. And I'd have like my Chinese colleague, teacher friends that were wanting me to translate for them to help them meet their online boyfriend. And I would see like these guys come to Nanning at the time, which was a hub, I didn't know, of like people trying to find foreign wives. And like me and my wife were totally not in that scenario, right? But it was really weird. I mean, like I'd see guys that, like random foreigners that would come up to me and say like, hey, where did you find your wife? Or I'd have Chinese people come up to my wife and say things like they think I don't speak Chinese, and be like, oh, how did you meet him? And like these guys that we'd go out to a restaurant, and like translators would, like, I don't need a translator, but they would like sit down at the wrong table and start translating. I'm like, what the hell are you doing at my table, you know? And you got the wrong white person's table or something. And like, imagine like it's kind of a racism thing, like, and it's not like Thailand. Like, I've never been to Thailand, so I can't pass judgment. Like the sex tourism thing, I don't know if they got that in China, but like the wife thing and grab a wife online, and the whole industry was up. I mean, like, I even like did jobs as like teaching some of my adult night classes where some of my students were in that little section that they want to learn English to find a foreign husband. And in Chinese culture and Renhua, you know, to money was to get rich was glory. I know people think communism is not about money, but in some parts of China, like they say, like if you ask a student what they want to do in college, it's not like it wasn't against their culture at their time period to raise their hand and say, oh, marry a rich husband, and like that'd be taboo in Western culture, but in traditional Chinese culture, that's a common thing. And that wasn't the thing with me or my wife. And like we're just like normal young people meeting or something, right? And not like I come to find a wife. Like when I was in Germany, I was never an English teacher. I didn't even know that was a job. I lived in this little mountain village with like 1,000 people, and I never did English teaching or something. And I didn't know that was like a whole industry. And that's not why I went to China with that idea. I didn't even know what that was. I was like delivering furniture in the mountain villages and stuff. So that being said, seeing that kind of, I don't want to say sleazy, and I don't want to pass any kind of judgment on people because it's not my nature, because I've learned that you don't know people really, but at the same time, it was pretty sleazy, like these old white guys and like who have no idea, and like occasionally like you go to some place and you see girls that were like fishing for guys like that and guys fishing for girls like this. So they kind of like met up with the same type of mentality, and they don't even know it. And like, I'm not there to say, you know, the culture in China is really different. It's not like America or Spain that you'd have a couple tourists. You know, you have tourists that might stay maybe 2 or 3 years, but you don't see people that stay decades. You know, and rarely you see people that outstay their visa, and they just, like a revolving door. Occasionally I'd meet some foreigners, and they just come and going and coming and going, and it really upset me, because these guys that come and teach that are not really teachers, and they would say that they're teachers, and they'd be a monkey like a teacher. And then there's me that give my life to teaching and wasn't there to find a girlfriend and say I'm a teacher. And whenever I would go teach some classes, I had to live that down, and I had to say, okay, well, listen, I've been in China since you were born, and I got a lot more experience than a lot of your Chinese teachers, and I'm here to teach. And I'm sorry, these other white guys in whatever, and you have to prove yourself. And it's kind of sad because you have to disprove a lot of rightful racial prejudice, because a lot of guys go over there and they have no right to be around students, and they make my face bad, and they make a bad reputation for, I think, I mean, I thought that they made a bad reputation for Americans, and I come back to America and I see what America is, and I think, oh my God, that's some bad stuff going on here, you know. So I just want to say that when I see the videos of me and like getting fat, like the other day, I've been so busy I don't get to go out that much, but the other day my wife and I, we went to a doctor's appointment, and then we walked around downtown in Reno, and we realized, oh my God, I'm super fat and old, and my wife is not looking that much older, and we feel like, oh my God, we look like those tourists in China getting married, and she hates it, and I hate it, and I know it stands out like that in the video. And I'm going to ask you, as somebody that doesn't even know me, to realize that China is a place where I grew up, and despite my appearance, I'm really not that stereotype. And honey, do you think I'm like those other? Are we like that, honey? What do you think?
Wow, if you just look at it, yes.
Yeah, if you look, it looks like that, right? But are we really like that? Right? We're completely different. Aren't we? We're like the real deal, right? I mean, what do you think? Are we like those guys that like those foreigners? No, I mean nothing like that, right? I mean, how do you say that? I mean, it's hard to say it and not sound like an asshole because I want to judge people.
I hate him.
I hate it. Yeah, yeah. Like I hate it. My wife, you hate it too, honey? I don't know. Is the camera on you? Like that? Yeah. Like anything you guys say about that? Like, I mean, it's just they're kind of weirdos, right? Yeah. I mean, we're not. I don't look. Is Bobby?
Well,
He doesn't even know it. You don't even know what that was. Bobby's, but like when I see my son and my wife, I don't see Asian people. I don't know what they like. People say racist stuff to my son at school sometimes, and like me and him joke about it because like we're like, oh, what did they say? Because we don't really know. Like I don't see my son as being Asian. I mean he's Asian. I mean, but I mean like I don't see like a like when foreigners would come to China and they would say, oh wow, like all the time, like when you're there like 20 years, you're like, oh, this and this and this is different, or what did they say? Like what did they say? Like they say like crazy things like I can't remember what they said. Like, isn't that goofy or isn't this goofy? And for me, like they don't understand that. I think that they sound pretty goofy, right? I mean, for me, the way that they talk and their music and they want to tell me about something, China doesn't look foreign to me. Like when you're there for like 2 decades, they look foreign to me. And my son doesn't look. My son, I don't know. He looks like a little alien.
I remember this kid called me a racist name, and I said nothing, and so I walked down with a couple of my friends, and I asked him, how do you know I'm Asian? And he said, your eyes give you away.
Yeah, really. And like, I mean, I remember like the first word I learned when I left America when I lived in Eastern Mountain Village for a long time. I learned how to say, I learned what, I mean, I faintly remember like leaving America the first time and houses without insulation and learning how to wash my clothes in buckets and making fun. Yeah. Well, I mean, I did that before I went to China. I mean, I mean, you gotta understand, my wife is 10 years younger than me. I mean, I know more about China than my wife a lot, right? And but it doesn't matter. Like I forgot about American habits, like years and years. Like after the wall came down in Eastern Germany, and my life was so different. I mean, different than West Germans and Western Europeans. Not like the Eastern Europeans, but then I guess when I went to China, that I was more East than they were, right? And so I know this sounds kind of goofy, but whatever you watch any of our videos, we're no different than like a couple with like a crazy kid that washes dishes. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate you.
Just kidding. We're no different than just like a normal, like what do you call it? Like the same race? Yeah, but what do you like if you're not like a multiracial? I mean, like race has nothing to do with our marriage, really. We're not like the and I'm not saying that like nobody could be there and go and get married on the internet, however they meet and be happy. But from what I've seen, like 99% of those marriages fell, and it's just a bad news situation. And I'm not even passing judgment. but whenever you watch my videos and stuff, whatever we talk about, it's what we talk about. And I just want to dispel the whole old fat white guy with young Asian wife kind of stereotype going on, because for me, my wife and my kids aren't Asian, they're human. And like, I'm Caucasian, like I'm Asian too. Caucasian Mountain. They say Caucasian. We're all human. Like, I see no differentiation. I mean, I got to teach my wife about China a lot, you know, and she teaches me too, of course, right? But I know that stereotype, and it turns me off. Like, to see, and when I'm walking downtown in Reno, and I could guess what the people think that see us walking, because I totally think that when I see like an old white guy and a young Asian girl, I'm like, we're like 10 years difference. Like, we've been together like how many years now? It's 16 years? About? Yeah, we've been together about 16 years now, right? And like, I was much younger than that, right? We were both younger, right? Can you believe I was young? Remember when I was young? Like 1,000 years ago, right? we went through, like, me and my wife used to ride rollerblades. Remember that? 我们used to ride our rollerblades through the streets and walk and go get groceries by taxis. And I don't think she should become Shishoko. We used to eat barbecue and like all the couples, like young marriages, right? I mean, we grew up together, my thickness and thin, like a lot of things, right? And so, like, we weren't like Mellard or wife. I mean, and I see those guys, and you know, some of these, and I'm not passing judgment, really. I mean, some of these guys are all right, and everybody goes through their own. I met some guys, like, they had a rough, crazy life, and they meet somebody, and for me, like, I'm kind of old fashioned. Like, the whole online dating thing was like, I guess I'm too old for that, right? Because I believe in like magic. We magically met. I'm too old. I'm like old. I can't tell you how we met because that's a secret. But it wasn't with the website. And my wife was very competitive. So, but when you see us online, and it's weird too, because like, even when I'm not with my wife, like, I don't know how to put it into words, but driving like Uber and Lyft and stuff, and like even like picking up people from nightclubs and seeing the way that like all their life is, and seeing them in college and seeing what they make jokes about, and okay, yeah, so just like I see the jokes, and I don't always react in the same way, because like, it wasn't, your life is based on your experiences, and and like, I can't relate to a lot of their experiences and their jokes and what they're doing, and but I know how things look. So I just want to make a video just before we get started on all of our adventure and stuff. When I make some jokes, like about the earlier jokes about the All Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter and the Uyghurs and stuff, you got to understand, like, way different background, like, and maybe it's insensitive, and I'm not meaning it bad. Is somebody, you know, I don't know what to say, but clear as mud, right? So anyways, I just want to put that out there. because 20 minutes, wow, 20 minutes this video, but I'm not the awkward old fat guy with the mail order bride.
Crazy.
I'm crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, but we're not like that crazy, right? We're not like.
You're getting there.
No. I mean, we're not like I go to China and order you when you're a bride and you're here for a green card or something, right?
I'm here to be American. I'm just kidding.
She's just kidding, you know that, right? You come on, they think you're serious, right? I mean, seriously, this video is to make it so they don't think like you don't get them a short touch out to you.
I'm here to be American.
Yeah, I mean, but really, we're here because Waman Bushi Ichima.
那肯定要一起啊，那
你要给他们说在英语，他们不知道你的意思。不要开玩笑，就给他说这个。我们不是很高兴一起吗？
Yeah.
My wife is telling you some jokes. You gotta understand. I
Yeah,
tried to.
Just remind me, you love me in China. It was, I don't know that.
Yeah, I had to leave my wife in China for 6 months, right?
Oh no, I hate.
It was pretty tough, right?
Of course it was.
I mean, we came here to America. I mean, we like to look for gold and stuff, and we're joking. You get a short because I want Sean real English in the game.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's like 他不知道什么意思。你知道什么意思？开玩笑的，什么的意思？
Kidding.
She's joking about the American thing, but like.
I was totally kidding. Okay, I was kidding. I was kidding.
Yeah, I know how it looks like when she speaks English. Like the ambassador told me, like, we want to have the same citizenship, right?
No, I want to be with my husband.
Yeah, I mean, if I ever, I mean, we don't, you know what it is to have the chance that you might be split up because we have a different nationality.
You will never do that to me.
Yeah, no. Like I told, when I first came here, they told me like 3 times, even after I made the income requirements, the State Department told me 3 times.
You
no.
will never do that to me again.
Yeah,
Leave me in the other country.
Yeah, it was really, they told me no, and I called my friends at the State Department and said, what? 3 times I made all the requirements, and they called us friends in the Homeland Security, and they sent me emails and said, oh, sorry, they made a mistake. They learned, but if they did not allow my wife and my kids to come in here, I would never have came back to America. 100%. I would have never been back here. I mean, for me, for my children, we 100% to stay together as a family, and we came here to get the same nationality, to stay together, right? And we like America. We like America, but no.
Leave me in the other country.
Yeah, it was really hard, right, Bobby?
I don't say I would like it.
You.
I like it.
Wait, I mean, we were not like that green card. Like my wife's trying to tell you, like there's nothing about like getting a green card, or we're like just your average. I mean, every family just wants to stay together, right? Basically, right? 你有哭吗？你有跟他说有每个人希望一起他们的。
我不知道哦，你
要下次再
never.
So my wife's trying to tell you that like we don't want to be split up. I mean, in all of our years that we were married, we never ever were like apart, were we? Like maybe 1 week to go to the summer camp. I went to summer camp, right?
21天，我们不是分手了吗？
Yeah. So I mean, I never had a babysitter for Bobby or anybody like before I left to come to America. That was so hard to leave my family and go to the desert. I'm going to tell you all about that and when we talk. I mean, like, we were never split up. Just and I mean, but that's like another video. That's like part of the path to come here. But but we're totally just like a family, right? Like all your families that are watching this. So I mean, look at this. I mean, he's not just like an experiment. He's a real boy.
Hello.
Are you just an experiment? Are you the real deal? He
Yeah.
kicked my ass on chess the other day, but we're working on that. Vengeance will be mine one day. But
You already
okay,
have a knife.
all right. He killed me in chess. I'm happy that I'm making children that are smarter than me. Otherwise, we'd all be in caves like cave people if our young generation was more stupid than the older ones. But anyways, I'm not here because my wife isn't here because of how it might appear. And walking through the city the other day, I mean, seriously, I feel like those stupid guys I see come off the airplane in China with trying to get Miller. I mean, I feel like because I'm so fat and like when we went, we don't even go to bars, but like we went to try to go to Doc Holidays to sit down so I could check my phone out, and like we didn't have my wife's ID, right? And what happened?
I look too young. There's several beer.
And my wife doesn't even drink beer, right? And we just wanted to sit in there, right? And what'd they say?
I look too young.
Yeah, they won't even let you in the bar, right? And like we just wanted to like sit inside so I could check out my phone and make an appointment for the doctor. And like, oh, she can't sit here. And it's really so American that she could probably go in the army and drop some bombs, but she can't sit in the bar with her husband, right? And,
That's true, she said.
yeah.
You look too young. Sorry, young lady.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, what? It's like, so we had to go back outside with all the crackheads. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. There's no crackheads outside. So, I mean, it's a lot of culture shock for me. But, oh, this is a long, rambling video. But for the people that watch your videos, and the videos are going to come, my wife is, like, super shy. And, Bobby's learning how to do the camera. And after the dog toy today, we might let Solaris do some camera work. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, and we're gonna have drones anyway, so it's gonna be like a robot camera, right? It'll be like Back to the Future, like Star Trek. But some old friends on here, and I think I'm happy just to be together, honey. We're like, honey, we're show more touching. Come here. See what it says here? Come here, guys. Like we're the real deal. It says, you see what this is? This is forever and ever. And look at our other tattoo here. You see this here? When I left China, it was like super hard. I mean, what do you think? It was like, for us, it was like, we got these tattoos, like, you don't know what it was. I mean, we could talk about the logistics. We could talk about that day those couple of days I went through the mountain ranges to get to the Tesla factory in the desert. And we could talk about the training that I went through, and we could talk about hiding out in UPS storage and camouflage tarps and what it was when everybody says you're crazy. But to leave my wife and my kids on the other side of the world and to come here, and then the lucky way that we were able to get a home, and even like a week before she got here to get the furniture and to go to San Francisco and pick her up and to have the dry washer video, which is put up in the fine gold, is just unbelievable to me. What do you think? I mean we're doing things like just fate. I'm thankful for her. Are you thankful for her?
Yeah.
I mean I'm pretty so like this kind of thing isn't what like
哦，你真的是好像老男
Yeah,
人
has,
哦。
yeah. I mean, I'm looking super old and fat. Why am I looking so fat right now and old? Because I'm just old and fat, man, and that's it. Maybe I'm fat. I had to touch what I was on. You got some in Where right now, maybe I'm fat. What's maybe I'm fat, honey?
No choice.
Yeah. Why? You should know.
你吃很多，开玩笑啦。
She said, I said, why? And she said, because I ate so much. And she's kidding, right? Busha, not, but why? Because why? Because we gotta, yeah, sitting down, making money to go find gold, right? So this is the real us. And Bobby too. Bobby, come here. All right, and we got 2 other boys in there in bed. We need to cut Bobby's hair though. Bobby's like that middle-aged guy that needs a bicycle. He's about to be a teenager right now, right?
Okay.
And he's got a report due on the frontal lobe development, right? He's got some research reports to do. So this is our family. You're going to get to know us, and you're welcome to join us. But please, please, please don't think that, oh, that's one of those guys that got the mail order bride. And but I do kind of like the thing about the children in China. If you speak Chinese, how do you say it in Chinese? Do you remember, Bobby?
说什么？
混血.
混血儿？
No, say that. They call the children in China, they call them 混血, mixed blood.
Yes.
It sounds like the
混血儿。
like the vampire hybrid, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, but that's who we are. We're like
You're really
yeah, we're so
vampire?
yeah. So I'm not really so anyways, we're gonna go on some adventures together. Don't think I'm racist. Don't think that like we're that kind of people. But you know what? Like we're really friendly, and from all the people on YouTube out there, I just want to say from our family to yours, we hope you join us, and it's our dream to do it together, and it's been really, really hard to get there, right? And we're like, I'm excited. Are you excited? Are you ready to go get gold? Are you ready to go get gold, Bobby?
Not that eager to get gold.
But you're eager to go out, right?
Labor, child labor.
You gotta tell them you're kidding, or they're gonna think you're serious.
It was just a joke.
It's just a joke, guys. But all right, but we're gonna get like her mom over here and her brother.
So we can get this
yeah,
celestial.
yeah. I mean, really, celestial. We're celestial seasonings. I mean, really. We're like, we got like Bobby. Go get the history book over there real quick, Irene, before you sign out. Go get that cool, awesome book. Look at, hey guys, you want to come see our library real quick? This is our home, and our book and grandfather clock, and our treasure chest. One day I'll tell you about the treasure that I found with my metal detector. Okay, and this is our library, where we get from the Goodwill, and these are our radios we're going to use when we're finding gold, and we have some really good books. Like this book is, I fully recommend it. The American West. This is a book from like 1960, from Lucius Beebe and Charles Clegg, and it is a book of pictures. And it's about like the turn of the century, and there's a lot of history, and to read the history of the migrants and the immigrants that came through here looking for gold, and it's so similar to my wife and my son's journey. And look, at my wife's reading this book here, and we have you know, it's really amazing to see the people that have came on this journey. I mean, you gotta understand, when I came back to America, I had a bicycle and I had nothing. And thanks to my friend Chin and Artie that gave me Chin gave me, I owe Chin $4,000, which I have to pay back. Other than that, I mean, to come across the ocean here, I mean, I know that I'm American, but I couldn't even get an ID easy, and I had nothing. And my grandfather came from Ireland, and this is from Amsterdam, and a map. and California was believed to be an island before. And like we went to Dutch Flats, and we don't even have a video of that. And that was the second largest Chinese Asian population in America. And we're in all this history. When we say look for gold, I mean, I love history and what we're seeing about the Apache. I have a couple Cherokee ancestors, and just living through the paths of these people as we go through here. I mean, it speaks to me. Does it speak to you, honey? When you see like their trips, and I mean, like it's so close to our hearts. In Virginia City, it seems like Americans take it so much for granted, and it really like is so interesting. I mean, they came through here. From 1860 to 1870, the Chinese population, if you look at the census, went in Virginia City from like 15 people to 300 people after they were released from making the Transcontinental Railroad. If you look at the Transcontinental Railroad, at the picture, what's it called, Prominent Point, when they met in Prominent Point, this is Sacramento. I mean, when they met in Prominent Point, you don't even see a picture of the Asian people that made the railroad. My wife and I, we've gone all up. We delivered Uber Eats from San Jose, California to San Diego, and my wife had a miscarriage in San Diego. We had to rush back to Reno, where they tried to charge $67,000. And we've driven up to Washington, and I've got so much to tell you about our adventures in Oregon and the back of Oregon, and we've driven to Colorado, and we have, here's my showing you the execution of 35 Sioux. I mean, this book that my wife is reading right here is a fantastic book from the Goodwill here. You can see here. This is from the Great American West, New York, and we got this book here, and we got a lot of books like this, and we love it. And this book is from 1959. And it's just, I mean, it speaks to us, and when we look for gold, it's not just about gold. It's just like a magic for us, and my wife and I, we love the villages around here, and we love the old advertisements. I mean, these books are old books, and it seems like American. I mean, I've spent time in Germany where Martin Luther and Eisner written his proclamations and translated Bibles, and I've seen historical Europe, and I've seen 1,000-year-old temples in China, and I love it. And going to a Japanese Buddhist temple in Reno from the 60s is much different than going to a couple 1,000-year-old Buddhist temple in Guangzhou. But at the same time, one of the first places where I was hiding, waiting to try to immigrate in America with my family, was Fort Churchill. And look at in the Pyramid Lake, in the Paiute reservations, and everybody goes to Lake Tahoe, and nobody knows Pyramid Lake, which is 93% the size of Tahoe, and it's 11th largest lake in North America. And when the princess of the Paiute married the Western tribe, look, here's Promontory Point. This is a picture I just told you about. Not a single Asian person in that picture. When the princess from the Paiute tribe married the prince from the northwest coast, when the prince married the princess, she brung a gift of the ocean, and she dropped 2 pieces in the basket on the way, and one piece became Lake Tahoe, and the other piece became Pyramid Lake. And I see almost all the people when I drove Uber in South Lake Tahoe, and there's not a street named after any Indian, and when there's not a person that all those people coming from the Bay Area, as they have since the 1860s, Lake Tahoe was 90% deforested for the wood to be used in the mines in Virginia City, but almost all of those tourists have no idea about Pyramid Lake, which is about 50 miles the opposite way of Reno, and they know about Tahoe, and they don't know about the history of the Indian Wars and General Wadsworth and how they came from Virginia City, and there's such a rich history here, and I feel it when I walk, and it wakes up the romanticism of I don't know if previous generations and modern day nomads like that kind of romanticism goes hand in hand, at least in my heart. And anyways, I hope to capture some of that on film. And wow, this is a really long private video. But before we get going, you know, these are the kind of things I would talk about when I rode my bike. And I hope that we could have the time to share this. And I don't know if this is going to play out good on video. It actually, you know what? It's great. I mean, it's fine. If people watch, that's great. And we're going to have a lot of cool equipment. We're going to have small video reviews and everything else. But I just don't want to appear as the shallow husband shopping guy. I mean, my wife and I are like soulmates for many generations. Like, and yeah, and we have been already thousands of miles in America, and I didn't have the camera like we should have. You should have been with us on Port Angeles in Washington, and we didn't have any video, do we? Yeah, because we were just us, and sorry I didn't do the video, but you know, after the struggle to get here and going through Redwood Forest, and we just kind of enjoyed living together, huh? And just, you know, exploring the new land. And we should have a camera, and we'll have cameras, and we're just getting warmed up. Okay, so we hope you join us. It's kind of a personal kind of greetings, and kind of weird, I know, but anyways, that's all I gotta say, honey. You want to say anything before we sign off?
Oh, say what?
Say goodbye. Say, come join us in the future. Whatever you want. We're like nothing. We're not like a fake video channel or fake marriage or anything, right? I mean, just come and join us, right? And like, that's it. And hope you have a good time, I guess, right? Yeah. I mean, my wife is shy, and I'm shy. We're both kind of shy people, if you know us in real life, right?
You are not shy.
No, I mean, like, I don't talk to other people. Like, randomly, I just be like quiet. Bob, you want to say anything before I hang up, or not hang up, close the video?
I don't have anything to say.
This isn't really well rehearsed. Say something like, "I'm sorry that I sucked with the camera and the dog toilet." I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just come on, just come join us, right?
So I'm gifted talent.
I hate you.
Yeah, he failed the gifted and talented test.
No.
But we know he's gifted and talented. Look at that gifted and talented guy there.
I hate you. I really do.
This is a little boy, if you remember, in China. Check out my old YouTube videos that I held him in my arms when he was just a baby. Like really tiny, smaller version than now. When we were making the video website, you could see some, if you look at my other YouTube channel. Amazing how they grow, huh? Like some kind of weed. I can't believe it. So, and you should see, you gotta meet Apollo and Cersei. They're in bed right now, right? You know. And really, honestly, sitting on my sofa right here, my first 3 years in America, I don't sit on this sofa for not even 5 minutes.
Life is tough.
I just work to death. Like, really, I'm surprised I don't have blood clots and die. So I work so hard. It's rare that I'm home this long. In fact, I got to go back to work in a little bit. So, wait. Okay, wait a second. I'll tell you what. So it's really rare, but like, I can't wait to see you guys, and how crazy to make YouTube videos again. This was as long as a bike ride almost. Catch you later, alligators. See you later. And there's more to come. Stay tuned.
Adios.
Adios. Yeah. See you later, alligators. Bye bye.